I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're delving into a powerful new book. It is called Women Caught in the Crossfire, One Woman's Quest for Peace in South Sudan. This gripping narrative captures the incredible resilience and strength of women amidst the brutal civil war in South Sudan. Today, we will discover the inspiring story of Abuk Makuac and her journey through unimaginable hardship to emerge with hope and courage. We're delighted to have this wonderful guest join us here today on Spotlight, and we ask viewers like you to support people like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing this amazing book. The links are below the interview. Abuk, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, thank you so much, Spotlight Network.
Wonderful to have you on the show, interested in your story. Tell us what these years were like for you and your family during the South Sudanese Civil War.
This day, it's a great day because it's a hope for people who never went through hardship. It's a day that I'm really happy because what I went through. First of all, I would like to thank the lady who is behind all this, my friend Susan Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And also I would like to thank the big the artisita, the book publisher.
Yes.
Judy and Anne. Without them, this book will not be published. So I'm so glad to have them, and also my children, and my husband, who is not with us today. So I'm so happy to be here with you. Yeah. This book, it's about resilience, about struggle, about hardship, and the whole frame of it, it's hope. And that's why I'm here today. Without hope, I wouldn't make it with my children or my son, Abuk Makuac Benjamin.
Exactly.
So this book is not about me. I'm not doing it for my life or for my children's life, but it's for the life of the nation. Telling people whoever never went through hardship will prepare themselves, because it's not every day sweet. There is sometime that things will turn over. So the book will live with generation to come, and it will teach them that the war is not a good thing for people. War is not something that we can embrace. We should embrace peace. And thank you so much for your question.
Absolutely. It's such a tragic time when people are caught in war. We see it happening now in the Middle East, in Israel and Gaza. We see it happening in Ukraine, and people's lives are torn apart. Tell us a little bit about your story. How many children did you have when this war broke out, and what happened to your lives?
When the war broke out, I was having my son David. Abuk Makuac Benjamin. We nicknamed him David. He was the only child that I have by that time, and I was on a young age. We left our small city to Khartoum, from Khartoum to Cairo, where we flee to Addis Ababa. And I never knew that my sweet home, the beautiful house that made with British brick, I will left it behind. I thought I will go and find somewhere which is similar to my house. I have never experienced the life of refugee, but things went over, turned over us, and all what we have was just the clothes that we have, nothing. And I was preparing myself for something good. Maybe I'll live in a better life like I have. But it didn't happen that way. We went to refugee camp where life is a struggle. Life is you fight to eat or sleep in daily basis. So I'm glad because today I'm left to witness. I'm left to tell people what war can do in your life. But if without hope, you will not be a person.
Yeah. How long were
And
you in the refugee camp?
I was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And
how
my
long
son,
were you there? How long were you there?
we were there until, because I left Addis Ababa to Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
where we settled, and there where I got my resettlement to US.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we saw the light in
Mm-hmm.
US, where you sleep without any fear, where you can feed your child good food. They go to school. I have never had any fear since I went to America.
Yeah.
And why I'm telling this is, like you said earlier, Gaza is true. They are fighting now. There
Right.
is war in Ukraine.
Mm.
There is war in other places, and they never experienced such a thing. So their story will be like my story and or worst.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say. It's just something emotional, something that you what Gaza people going through now, and even Israel,
Mm.
Ukrainian,
Yeah.
their kids are going into something that you cannot believe, but we'll put it in God's hand.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now,
Yes.
are you still living in the United States or did you move back to South Sudan?
Yes, I'm back and forth. So
Okay.
now I'm living in Juba, but I
Okay.
usually go and visit my kids, stay with them for a while. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, you
So I would like to actually tell people this book, it hit very much, but it is inspiring. It is a book that will change someone's life. So I would like to tell people that read it
yeah.
and you will benefit from it. Because in any war, it's not everybody who will die. At least there is people who will tell what happened.
Well, thank God you survived this war, that you are able to
Mm.
tell your story now. I'm sure it was a very, very difficult time leaving your home, fleeing to another country, then another country, and then another country. I'm glad you found salvation here in the United States, where you had some food, you had some clothing, your children received education. I guess the immigrant experience for you is like it is for my grandparents and everybody else who comes to America. It's a great
Yes,
place and it's a land of abundance, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's a light of abundance, really, whereby you live by your sweat. You cannot go and beg anybody. That's the thing that we wanted as a human being. And it's actually, I even sometimes I don't want my children to come, but I told them, come and experience the hardship, because it's good for you to tell a story for your children. It's good for you to tell war. It's not every day sweet. See, so uh, this book, it was written from my bottom of my heart, because it is a thinking that I thought about. It's a feeling that I felt. Uh, it's I don't know how to say it. It's it, it is a deep feeling that if I don't write it, I will not even think I did something right. So I'm so sure my sisters and brothers who didn't write, they will also benefit from this book, because million of people are laying there with a lot of a story that they kept, but they need to tell the world. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's a powerful story contained within the pages of this book. It is called Women Caught in the Crossfire, One Woman's Quest for Peace in South Sudan. It is a powerful book. It is a look at a different type of life, a life torn apart by conflict and war. It is written by Susan Lynn Clark, but it is a Abuk's story that she tells, and we are so grateful to have her here today on Spotlight. Abuk, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
My
I'm so
pleasure.
glad. Thank
So
you.
happy to have you on the show. So happy to have you share your experience, and delighted that your story, at least, has a happy ending. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.